Good morning again. Welcome to our next Dandhal Qi Gong class. Starting with taking your breath into a very deep place. Every cell that we're going to use and activate requires oxygen and has the need to discharge its carbon dioxide. So in the yogic system, you always keep the breath one step ahead or one breath ahead of actual body needs. So you always have a little extra oxygen in your bloodstream. In the yogic system, the Dandhals are used to ground, center, strengthen the first chakra. And the strength of the first chakra is the foundation that then gives the strength to the whole fluid lymphatic system, to the digestive system, to the autoimmune system, and to the thought process and the brain. It's all connected, all working together. So by strengthening the first, we are empowering everything. It is a system of empowerment used in ancient times as Qigong for strengthening and empowering the warriors who are doing battle, defending the civilization, the culture. So we are in a time when we do need to re-empower ourselves as individuals. Take another breath. Let's remember the Dandhal breathing technique is done with the mouth closed, pushing out so there's more pressure in your lungs, and that pressure puts more oxygen plus nitrogen into your bloodstream. As we go through all of these exercises, we're going to do a lot of the warming up exercises with the Dandhals, and then we'll get a little bit more intense and strong with the Qigong series. Keep the breath going. Try and remain conscious of your breath. Remaining conscious is one of the keys, one of the fundamental issues, both in Qigong and in yoga, in these ancient sciences, ancient practices. So let's then come up to a standing position, and we'll begin with simple activation of muscles and always connecting with the breath. Coming up, and we'll start with some up and down, connecting with the primary muscles that are very instantly connected to Muladhara chakra, first chakra. We're going to come down. Hands are on your upper thighs, and we simply push up while pushing out the breath. Breathing in, exhaling, coming up. Dandhal Pranayama, the mouth is closed. Feel your legs and your knees. Your consciousness is present. You're concentrated on noticing the muscular activation. We add the Mula Bandha, the contraction at the base, as we contract the muscles. Relax everything and sink back down. Very slowly. Last time. Sink down, full breath. Shake out your legs, cleansing breath. 2 times. Now a few complete deep breaths, all parts. When you use all 3 parts of your lungs, your bloodstream gathers the oxygen very quickly. Otherwise, if you're short-breathed and just taking the normal 10% people do, it takes a lot of breaths to catch up. So complete yoga deep breathing, Mahat Yoga Pranayama. Anytime and every time if you start to feel a little bit of fatigue, you can pause, cleansing breath, a few deep breaths, and as you do this more often, your whole system becomes much more efficient at gathering the oxygen, eliminating carbon dioxide. It just happens much faster. You catch your breath really quickly. Let's go into an arm position where we bring the hands and arms up. You can take a side stance, left foot in front of the right. This is actually an Egyptian pose. The Egyptians did practice many of these things way back when. Take an imaginary barbell and full breath, and we lift it up. Relaxing, and taking in the breath, everything down, let go of Mula Bandha. Topping up the breath and lift again, contracting everything. Check your weight distribution. We have the weight between the 2 legs, well supported. Every time you let the arms back down, you're letting go of Mula Bandha and you're really topping up the breath. Concentration is on the biceps. You're feeling it, it's contracting, it's getting hard. Last time. If you're doing this well, you already feel that the muscles of your arms are getting tired. Welcome to feeling. It means you're doing it well. Then cleansing breath. Now a standing press. Take the same barbell, bring it up to here. This is where we take our full breath. Your feet are turned outwards, your knees are slightly bent. It's a good strong stance. Full breath and push the barbell up. Relax everything, full breath. Really feel it now in the shoulders, maybe all the way up into your neck. Feel whichever muscles are actually engaged in this lift. You don't have to know the names of them, but it's important to feel them. Let's make this a little more complex by squatting down a little bit as we come down with the barbell. And then we do a whole body lift as well as the barbell lift. Two more times. Relaxing down, let everything go. Take in a very full breath and then contract, engage everything. Last time. Relax your arms, shake out a little bit, swing your arms, cleansing breath. Do you feel it? Self-observation. Called swadhyaya in yoga. You're observing how you feel, you're observing your thoughts, you're observing how you breathe. Not thinking about what you're going to do later this afternoon. You remain very present in all of this. Keep the breath going. Now we engage more of a chest and shoulder and back muscles. We're going to bring the arms up as if they're wings and then pull down. If you're a bird flying, the wings are lifting you up through the air. You relax down, open up, in breath. Exhale. Feel everything. Two more times. Feel the engagement of arms, shoulders, chest, back. Here we go. How do you feel? Do you notice your CO2 level has risen? You feel that as fatigue. What you're feeling is your own body chemistry. Become aware of that and become aware that you can change that very quickly. Cleansing breath. In testing they've done in research centers, it only takes about 3 of these cleansing breaths to discharge all the excess CO2 in your bloodstream. If you are practicing other aspects of yoga and your circulatory system is adequate and efficient. Let's warm up the extremes of the hands, forearms, and the feet and the calf muscles. Not used that much in general lifestyle these days. We're opening up our hands and going down a little bit, and then when we close our hands, we're lifting up onto our toes at the same time. There are neurological connections between the hands and the feet, toes and fingers, the extremes of our limbs. Inhalation is here. Exhale, lifting up and closing. Really concentrated. Last time. You should be feeling it. Shake out your hands. Cleansing breath again. We are producing a lot of carbon dioxide, so blast it out. Here in the jungle, we're giving it back to the trees, and they give us back oxygen. And we'll take it into a little warrior stancing. Feet wide apart, we bring our hands up. And we're going to throw some punches. Inhalation coming back to center. Push out the breath as you push out the energy in your arm and your fingers. Stay focused and feel exactly which muscles are working. Remember, we really take that full breath when we come back here. Once more on each side. Swing your arms around. Half a dozen deep breaths. And we'll go over to the side, similar motion. Starting from the same place. In breath. And turning, twisting over to the left. Full in breath coming back. Switch your feet around. Last time on each side. Back to center, shake around a little bit. Now we'll go back to a classic, a climbing with a rope. It's tied up to the top of your ceiling or the sky or the clouds here, top of the pyramid. We're squatting down a little bit, taking in our breath, grabbing a rope, and then lifting. Let everything go, relax, in breath. Pulling down on that rope, lifting yourself up. Remember, we're still adding Mula Bandha to all of these contractions. Let it go, cleansing breath. Keep the breath going for about a minute, and then we'll switch over to a Qi Gong series with Ferdinand. Catching our breath first in the meantime, making sure we're charged up and ready for the next set.
Exactly. Take your time, deeply breathing. Increase the tree level of your trunk. And basically charge yourself with oxygen. When you feel ready, when you feel you're resting off, that you can feel your body, that you got no dizziness from the Dandhals, that you're pumped up for the rest, let's go. So we'll start again. Our stance, sitting in your pelvis. And the first move of the series will be like bringing the elbows 90 degrees. And on the exhale, we're gonna press both elbows together, engaging the chest and the shoulder until really the end of the exhalation. Inhale here, relax the shoulder, relax the arm. And exhale, push down to the floor. Engaging your left shoulder and trapezius. So we continue to flow with this move for, let's say, 6 repetitions. And always be really mindful about bringing your navel and your rib cage up all the time, engaging and really creating this core activation for the pushing the air of the lips. So inhale, elbows there. Exhale, push. Inhale, release, and push to the ground. And again. Inhale, relax. Push to the ground. And try to be as slow as you can on the exhale. And release. Shake the shoulders, shake the arm. Do a couple of cleansing breaths as well. And just for a moment, try to close your eyes and really feel the sensation on those muscles we just activated. Try to identify the area of the body you worked with and try to be more and more precise with which muscle you engage. As David said, you don't need to know their shape, you don't need to know their name, but you need to feel them. And the more you feel, the more precise you feel, the more you'll be able to have a better visualization of the work and the better result. So always in between each exercise, you can take time, a couple of seconds, close your eyes, and just tune with your muscle sensation. Next movement. So again, our stance is very similar of the one we did, this one with the fist, except this time we're gonna do the same, but we bring resistance with the other hands on top. So the inhale is here, and when I'm pushing my fist like I want to hit something, my other hands provide resistance and make the work harder. And inhale, come back to center, and exhale, push again. And again, be very slow. Use all the length of your exhalation to make the work happen. And don't forget that the force came from the leg. You're pushing from the leg through your hips and your abdominal, and it's going through the heart. And came back to center. Again, shake a little bit. Cleansing breath. And get in contact with your muscle. Next move would be one of the most complex of this series, so I will demonstrate also the full move. We did it already, but just to be sure. So in this move, even on the inhalation, we keep the contraction. So the contraction is always present. And imagine I tell already, like you got those gym rubber bands attached to your wrist. So on the inhalation, when you bring the wrist up, imagine there is resistance here. That, like we did in the Dandhals for the barbell exercise, it's kind of the same. So we start horse stance, sitting a little bit. We inhale, bring the wrist up to the chest, feeling the resistance. Exhale, push in front of us and go down a little bit on the legs. Really like you want to destroy your wall with your fist. Inhale, bring to the chest, feel the resistance again. And push towards the floor. Be careful, really keep the back straight. You don't want to round like this. You really want to keep straight. Bring the wrist again to the chest, going up, pushing on the legs, and pushing up to the sky. Here on the exhale, and inhale back to the chest, and we start again, front, down, and sky. So let's go together for 6 cycles of those, and see how we can make our muscle activate. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, resistance. Exhale, down. Straight back. Inhale, fist to the chest, push to the leg, and to the sky, exhale. And again, resistance, bring the fist to the chest, inhale. Down. Stay present with your muscles. Be attentive to every sensation inside them. And try to be more and more precise with which muscle you engage for which action. And last one. And bring the fist back and then down. Relax. Definitely shake a little bit the shoulder, cleansing breath. And same, try to feel the sensation in your body, this muscle activation. Maybe you can feel the blood flow, nourishing the muscles. Maybe you even feel a little bit the energy flowing around inside your body. So be really attentive to any subtle sensation you can get. The more you get in tune with those fine sensations, the more the visualization will be efficient. Next exercise, we're going to use our finger in an L shape like this to really activate the meridian of the arm. So it's quite similar to the one we did just before, except we push in different direction. But if not, it's the same. You inhale, you still have this resistance rubber band. You bring it to the chest. Exhale, you push through the side very slow. Inhale, you bring it to the shoulder. Exhale, you push up. Inhale to the chest. You push in front. Inhale again, you push down. And this would be one cycle, and we do it again. So basically, it's like side, up, front, and down. Always with the L shape for the two first fingers, and always with resistance on the inhalation. This one, there is no rest moment, it's always contraction. Okay, so let's start. Inhale, bring the finger to the chest. Exhale, push to the side, like you want to open an elevator door which is blocked. Then really engage the finger, it will give you more sensation. Inhale through the shoulder and up. Inhale, bring back to the chest with resistance. Push in front of you. Exhale. Inhale to the chest again and down. Inhale chest, exhale side. Shoulder and up. And down. Two more cycles. Last one. And release. Shake the hand, bring life to the finger again. Cleansing breaths and deep breathing. Wasting time. Oh, we feel it. So we're gonna do 2 more exercises, one active, and we're gonna finish on a static one with a bit of breathing. And David, you wanna do some breathing to calm us down at the end, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let's first just finish with another chest and shoulder exercise because it was what came today. Really easy. Open here, squeeze a ball in between our arms, and press both hands together until we got no air. Really engaging the chest and the shoulder, the deltoids. Okay? We go for 6 reps. And inhale, relax, open, exhale, push. Last one. And relax. So keep the horse stance. And the next one, we're going to just be static, no movements, no breathing exercise. Just stay here in the horse stance. Always this feeling of sitting in your own pelvis. And bring your arms to your shoulder level in front of you, hugging the tree position. And just stay there. Try to find comfort. And try to feel really this shoulder, chest area that we really work today, either in the Dandhals or in the Qi Gong. And start really focus again on those muscle sensations. Do you feel fatigue? Do you feel just super, super warmed up and you're ready to go through other more exercise or to your days? Really try to be as connected with this part of your body that you can and refine the sensation more and more. Breathe deep, and we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. Next exhale, bring the arms down slowly. Release. Of course, if you want at home to stay a little bit more in this posture, you can extend. It's very good to check yourself after the practice and to continue to activate those muscles. But we got only 1 hour today, so keep it short. David, after you for the breathing.
Okay, let's come back down to a seated position. Whichever way you're comfortable. Ideally, you want to have a straight back, you're not slouched. So if you want to use a cushion or something to straighten yourself up, that's good. We'll go with a 3-part breathing, but we'll do it in an accelerated way. So it looks and sounds like this. The Mahat Yoga Pranayama is done 1, 2, 3. The exhalation is done the same way, and by pressuring all the nerve groups up along the spine, we are creating a flow of energy upwards. Likewise, if all the air gets pushed out from the lungs from the bottom all the way up and out. It's the most effective way of doing this breathing. So let's go with it at an accelerated pace. We'll just do it for about 1 minute. It's something you build up, and gradually you can go for several minutes. This is very empowering for the breathing muscles themselves. Remember, it's with the breath you enter your body, it's when you stop the breath that you leave. And with the current diseases and viruses and flus, it's the breathing that is affected. And if your breathing is very strong and very deep, you will not be affected. Now at the end, let's take one really full breath and just lock it in. On the lock, it's what's called kumbhaka in yoga. You lock in the breath, you relax the chest and shoulders, and you just feel yourself relaxing on top of the breath. If you feel any lightheaded or dizziness, it's okay. It's actually very good for you. If you want, you can hold your breath until the next class in 2 days, or if you want, you can let it go. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Everything you do, you're doing not just for yourself, but for the empowerment of humanity, regaining our health and our power and our strength. It's good. Thank you.
Thank you.